Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the Avexia webinar series. Our topic for today is Part 2, The Sovereign Practitioner, Crafting Irresistible Offers That Sell Themselves. My name is Christopher Chu. I'm the Director of Marketing for Avexia Diagnostics and will be your host for this webinar. Today, I have the distinct pleasure of being joined by an exciting guest, Michelle Rogers, who will be our presenter for this webinar. Michelle, with her background as a naturopathic doctor, acupuncturist, and functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, is a trailblazer in helping health practitioners build their online practice with over 6 years of experience running a successful online practice herself, and now mentoring dozens of health professionals. Michelle is passionate about helping others achieve financial stability, personal fulfillment, and professional freedom. Through her programs, BYOP University, the Wealth Academy, and Catalyst Mastermind, she guides practitioners to build online practices that double their current revenue and turn their 10-hour workday into a 10-hour work week in as little as 90 days. Without further delay, I will now turn the webinar over to Michelle.
Hello and welcome. I am Michelle. Let me go ahead and share my screen so we can dive right in. So this is part 2 of a 3-part series. If you did not catch part 1, go back and watch it. All right, so this is the 3-part series, Build Your Online Practice and Attract High Caliber Clients, a step-by-step system. So this is part 2, crafting your irresistible offers that sell themselves. All right. Now, today I'm going to be showing you exactly how to create a high value, fully aligned offer that attracts and retains dream clients so that you can avoid the common pitfalls of underpricing, client churn, and lack of follow through, right? The stuff that's leaving you feeling overwhelmed, undervalued, and stuck in a cycle of chasing new clients. So, what we're covering today, understanding what clients really want, creating high value programs, crafting your unique selling proposition, effective pricing strategies, overcoming common sales objections. And then I've created an irresistible offer creation worksheet just for you to download that you can grab at the end of this talk. So let's dive into research and identifying client needs. So my approach when I entered the online space, I went from focusing on a diagnosis or pathology or diagnosis code, right? Like an ICD-9 code, to a person, a type of person. So I prefer the approach of person over pathology. You might find that you want to adopt this as well. Now, the most essential step to your offer development is really this piece right here. And it's probably the piece that most practitioners want to bypass, to be totally honest. When you intentionally take the time to do this, though, you are going to avoid so much frustration, discouragement, and overwhelm in the future. Okay. You can do this through surveys, through interviews, and or taking really close notes about your social media engagement. Of course, this is more feasible when you have a larger audience and a lot more data to analyze. So my favorite way is really doing live interviews because you can ask clarifying questions, you can create relationships in the process, right? Which could translate into clients, right? So these prospects could potentially be future clients. So when we're identifying pain points, this piece is really, really key, right? So as you do your market research, you're going to find common themes around problems, symptoms, concerns that your dream clients are dealing with on a daily basis, right? So this is all helping you to create the offer that you're actually going to present to your dream client. The thing is, you don't want to settle for the typical, like, oh yeah, I'm stressed or I'm burned out or, I have this, that, or whatever chronic condition, or I have like my digestion's kind of off, or my hormones are out of whack or whatever. I need to lose weight or whatever that might be. Those are really general. Those are really broad. That's not going to speak directly to your dream ideal client, right? So you want to get as many details as possible. Okay. And you'll start to see patterns emerge around their most desired result or outcome as well, right? You're going to learn a lot about them. Like, where are they currently at? What are they dealing with? And then you're also going to learn, what do they truly desire? What do they want? What is their dream outcome? Because that is going to help you create your offer, because your offer is the bridge that takes them from where they are to where they want to be, right? So pay close attention to their verbiage, the actual words and language and phrases that they're using, because this is going to help you create the most potent social media content. Now, creating a client avatar. So, getting to know who you are serving inside and out is going to help you streamline your efforts and focus on attracting clients who are the best fit for you and the service that you provide. So, yes, you want to pay attention to demographics, right? But almost more importantly, what I teach is psychographics. What's their worldview? Perspectives, philosophies, all of that kind of stuff. What are the psychographics of the person that you're really wanting to work with? What are their pain points and challenges? What are their goals and desires? Where are they getting their current health information from? Right? Are they watching Dr. Oz? Are they um, listening to the medical medium? Like, where are they getting their current health information from? Because that's going to help you create content as well. What have they purchased previously, right? What have they invested in, right? Meal plans, maybe a nutritionist, maybe a health coach, maybe not, right? Maybe they're coming directly from conventional medicine. Who knows? So you want to put all this information into a narrative that really describes this person in detail. So you feel like you know this person inside and out. And I don't know about you, but if it's just swirling around in my head, I don't have a really clear view and it feels kind of murky. So getting it out all on paper or on your computer in an organized way can be really, really helpful to visualize this, because this person, this avatar that you create is who you are writing content for social media. So, as an example, this could be an avatar. Now, Sarah, 35-year-old female, she's a marketing manager, lives in Austin, married with 2 young children. She has a bachelor's degree in business. Her income, 75K per year. She values health, family, work-life balance, personal growth. She's a busy professional. She's juggling her career and her family responsibilities. She likes yoga. She likes organic cooking, wellness blogs, podcasts about self-improvement. She struggles with maintaining a healthy diet due to her busy schedule. She experiences frequent stress and burnout. She feels guilty about not having enough time for her family and for self-care. She's tried various diets and fitness plans with little success. So there's likely some like body image stuff. Maybe she's trying to lose weight or tone up or whatever that looks like. She wants to achieve a balanced and nutritious diet for her family. She aims to reduce stress and improve her overall well-being. She desires more energy to keep up with her kids and work demands. She seeks a sustainable lifestyle change that doesn't feel overwhelming, right? So where she gets her health info, health and wellness blogs, right? Maybe Wellness Mama, podcasts by nutritionists and wellness coaches, Instagram influencers focused on holistic health, recommendations from friends and family. She's purchased meal planning services, online fitness programs, organic food subscription boxes, self-help, and wellness books. So, do you see how this is going to help create so much more clarity for you around who you're creating your offer for and also writing content to, right? Is this all kind of coming together, making sense? So, how do you actually structure your services for your offer, for your program? Now, part one of the series, I mentioned creating your one high value offer. So, this is the vehicle in which you deliver transformation, right? From point A, where your clients, your dream clients currently are, to point B, where they want to be, their outcome, right? Their desired outcome. Your offer helps them get there. It's the bridge to get there. So again, just a review from part one, this one offer could look like 5 to 20 clients, 6 to 12-month program, pre-recorded curriculum, bi-monthly calls, chat support, 6 to 30K per client, depending on what's included, the proximity they have to you, etc. You can enroll them into a maintenance or a month-to-month program after the completion of that initial program. And then creating a comprehensive high touch program really helps to ensure that you and your client are invested in this process together, right? How many of you have had people who drop off after their initial consult, or maybe they drop in here and there, but there's no consistency and therefore you're not getting results, there's frustration, like no one's happy, like no, it's not working, right? So things to consider when you're structuring your offer. What is the transformation timeline or your client journey? What goals need to be reached, right? Step one, step two, step three, like where are they? What's going to move them towards their desired outcome? How long is your program going to be, right? 3 months, 6, 12, 4 months, like what works for you, what works for your client? Which modalities are you going to offer, right? Are you going to offer functional labs, nutritional consultations, or counseling? Like, are there other techniques and modalities that you specialize in or that you want to explore, that you want to integrate, right? Think about that. How are you going to provide support and how often, right? Email, chat, consults, all of that. How will you track your client's progress? Again, I mentioned this in part one, but it's really, really important to track progress because it helps not only you keep track of where things are and how things are progressing, but it's a great reflection for your clients because a lot of times progression happens somewhat slow or gradual. And so they don't realize and remember where they were at, even just a month ago. Okay. So I encourage you, this part is really, really, really important. Work with so many practitioners at this point, and I just encourage you to not make assumptions when you're building out your program and your offer. Your program ends up being too long or too short. It ends up being overloaded or incomplete. You include things that your client doesn't really need. You leave out essential components that they actually do need. You let your assumptions get in the way of your client's success. You're not listening to your client. You're wasting valuable time and energy and that of your potential clients, right? This is why market research is so freaking important. Like, this is going to help resolve all of this so that you don't have to worry about making these assumptions, okay? So when you're structuring your services, we've talked a little bit about this now, but you've got your client journey, right? Step one, step two, step three, etc. How do you get them from point A to point B? What is the length of the program that fits for you, for your client, for the transformation? 3, 4, 6, 12 months. What modalities are you going to include? Lifestyle, nutrition, targeted nutrient therapy, biohacking, NLP, breathwork, somatics. Like, what do you want to include? What do you specialize in? What trainings have you had, like certifications, all that kind of stuff, right? What type of support are you providing and how often? Email, text, voice, consults, all of that. And then tracking assessments, questionnaires, check-in forms, retesting labs, whatever that looks like for you, your offer, your client, your service, all of that, right? So it's simple, it all works, right? Like I said in part one, it's simple, it all works. You just have to explore what works best for you, going back to like this holistic alignment philosophy of like you get to create something that really works for you and with you so that you can show up in the best possible way and that you truly feel fulfilled in your work and the service that you're providing the world, right? So, crafting your unique selling proposition. This is important whenever you're talking to people about what it is that you do, right? Like, how do you help people? What do you do? Like, and you're kind of like, this is like a 30-second, not even an elevator pitch, but just a statement that you claim when you say, like, I help people do this. Right? Like that is what you do. That is a very reduced down version of like who you are, what you do, how you serve. Okay. So once you have your offer starting to come together, you can start to summarize who you help and how you help them, right? You can't really create this. I mean, I guess you could start to try, but like if you don't have your offer, because you don't know what that transformation really looks like. But once you get this dialed, then you can post it everywhere. Like this statement on social media everywhere, like whenever someone asks you what you do, whatever. So there's a couple formulas that you can play with and see which one works better for you. And I'll give you some examples as well. But the formula is I help ideal client achieve desired outcome result so that they can do the thing that they want to do in life that their current situation is not allowing them to do, right? Their core desire. Or I help ideal client achieve result without something they really don't want to do. Okay. So something that like might sound like really unappealing for them to do to accomplish the goal that they assume they need to do, right? So let me give you some examples so you can get more clear. Now, the first formula, I help ideal client achieve result so that they can reach their core desire. So some examples here. I help the modern parent achieve healthy and sustainable eating habits for their family so that they can raise happy, healthy children. I help postpartum women regain their strength and vitality so they can feel confident and empowered in their new roles as mothers. I help athletes optimize their performance and recovery so they can achieve their fitness goals without risking injury. I help stressed out executives reduce stress and improve mental clarity through integrative health strategies so they can lead with focus and resilience. The second formula. So I help ideal client achieve result without doing the thing that they don't want to do. Major point of resistance. Okay. So example, I help millennial women suffering from acne achieve clear and healthy skin without using harsh chemicals or expensive treatments. I help busy moms deliver balanced and nutritious meals for their families without spending hours in the kitchen. I help young adults with anxiety achieve mental calm and resilience without resorting to prescription drugs, right? I help fitness enthusiasts achieve peak performance and faster recovery without using harmful supplements or steroids. So, make sense? All right, let's talk about pricing strategies for your offer. Now, pricing your offer is a mix of strategy, energetics, and psychology. Yes, I talk about energetics a lot. It's intertwined. We are bioenergetic human beings, right? And everything affects everything. So the thing is that there's no standard. There's no right answer. Like I will just put that out there like that. So I'm sorry I can't give you like this is it black and white. I know how many of us love the black and white answers, but this is just not a black and white answer. It goes beyond the basics of covering your costs and making a profit. It's about communicating the value of your services, right? The truth is, people often associate higher prices with higher quality and more effective services. This is where the psychology comes in, right? If your prices are too low, people aren't going to buy. If they're too high, people aren't going to buy, right? You have to weigh your experience, your expertise, the type of support you're providing, the proximity that you're providing, who your dream client is, your own mindset, and what the energetic exchange actually feels like before you settle on a price with your program. And then once something feels like maybe it's okay, test it, see how it works, see how it feels, right? And you'll immediately get feedback. And you can adjust your price at any time. Just because you pick one price now doesn't mean you can't change it tomorrow or next week. Okay? So, the beautiful thing is that I truly believe that there is no competition, right? When you price your services to be competitive, you immediately put your service in the category of a commodity, right? Like coffee or tea or like your service is not a commodity, okay? Because what do people do with commodities? They choose whichever one is cheaper most of the time, right? Instead, when you position yourself as your dream, know, like, and trust you, right? Through your content, through all the things, they don't go looking for someone cheaper because they figure out how to work with you. They've decided they want to work with you. You are their person. So, like, I'm going to make this work, right? Of course, as you gain experience, as you gain confidence, as you gain testimonials, all of those things, those are all going to provide additional support. And that's going to also give you that courage to raise your prices as well. Okay. So the practitioners that I work with tend to include functional labs. So keep that in mind as I'm talking about these prices. Not everybody does, but a lot of them do in their comprehensive programs. And so they typically start their program pricing around $6,000 per client. That's usually like baseline. Then they start to work their way up as they gain experience, as they gain confidence. Okay. And so it's not uncommon for these practitioners to actually end up enrolling their dream clients into programs that are $10,000, $12,000, or more. So to put things into perspective, 20 clients per year at $5,000, say you had a $5,000 program, that's $100,000. 10 clients per year at $10,000 is $100,000, right? So let's talk about overcoming objections, because I know that's a big one for a lot of people around doing like sales calls and things like that. Like people are having excuses not to sign up, not to enroll. And so I want to talk about this. So there are typically 5 main objections when it comes to offers, right? We've got time, we've got money, we've got partner or spouse, right? We've got trust and information. So bottom line, your content on social media, email or social media, whatever, however you communicate with your people, should be addressing all of these concerns, right? And that way you don't have as many, if any, of these objections on your sales call. Because, like I said in part 1, people invest in what they value, period. So if you're communicating the transformation that you provide, the results that are possible, your expertise, all of the things, your dream client is going to see you, see your offer and be like, yes, like, let's do this. Okay. On calls, however, a lot of times people will get a little bit scared. Their fear comes up, right? And so it's important that you want to remind them, why did they reach out? What are they actually going through? What is their point A, right? What are the symptoms, the situations, the circumstance, the concerns that they're having right now? How is that affecting their life? Bring them back to that. Get clear on where they at right now, and then get really clear on where they're wanting to be and how your program helps them get from point A to point B, right? So the one of my previous mentors, one of the biggest takeaways I got from them was this concept of high intention, low attachment. And so when you're on these sales calls, it's not like you're super attached to the outcome, right? Like if it's not the right fit, if it's not the right time, like then it's not your dream client. And we just have to really accept and know that that is truth when that happens. But we can have the highest intention, and especially if we know that we can help this person and serve this person and we know that they're a dream client, then it's our responsibility to help educate them and give them all the information they need about how long is it going to take. Can you be flexible with your payment plans, right? Do they want to hop on a call with their spouse or their partner to talk about this? Does their partner even know what they are going through and experiencing on a daily basis, right? Do they trust you that you can help guide them? Right. And do they have just all the information that they need to make an educated decision? So it's having that high intention and letting them know, like, I'm totally here to serve you and I can help you and da 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 da, and not being attached to the outcome. Right. So, what I have for you now is your irresistible offer creation worksheet. So I'm really excited to give this to you. Basically, you can download this, use this as a guide while you're creating your signature offer. So it has prompts to help guide you towards your transformation timeline, key milestones for your client, timing of your program, modalities included, support provided, progress tracking systems, and your unique selling proposition. So you can download that right here by opening your phone's camera app, pointing the camera at this little QR code right here. Wait for that notification, tap it, and it will take you to a web page where you can pop in your email and I will send over that worksheet right to you. So what is next? We have part 3, which is your first 10K month of many strategies to consistently hit your financial goals. So if you have not seen part 1 yet, go back, watch part 1. I think you're going to love it. And then stay tuned for part 3, which will be coming up shortly. That is all I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to connect, you can email me. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, all the places. I hope to connect with you there. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and we will chat soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Michelle, for this informative presentation. Thank you again for joining us for this webinar event. Until next time, from everyone at Avexia Diagnostics, stay healthy, stay safe, and we wish you all the best on your pathway to wellness.